Hey Google, play African American Gentleman in Paris.
Niggas in Paris.
My question is, why are you encouraging people to break the law for you in this election?
Mr. Kemp, you are very aware that I know the laws of Georgia when it comes to voting. In fact, I am one of the foremost experts in the state on expansion of voting rights. And I have never in my life asked for anyone who is not legally eligible to vote to be able to cast a ballot. What I've asked for is that you allow those who are legally eligible to vote to allow them to cast their ballots. And in fact, we took you to court in 2016, and a federal judge said that you illegally canceled 34,000 registrations. You use the exact same system, the exact match system that is under dispute right now. Now, I realize that in the next response, you're going to say that it's a function of my organization because your tendency is to blame everyone else for the mistakes that you make. My responsibility as a leader is to see a problem and try to solve it. When I saw that we had 800,000 unregistered people of color in the state of Georgia, I started an organization that has reached into every county and increased those registrations. When I saw that people were being unlawfully denied the right to vote, I worked to make certain that we held you accountable. And as the next governor of Georgia, I will continue to do my job to make certain that every legally eligible vote that gets cast gets counted.
Ms. Abrams, thank you.
My name is Madison. I'm going to Texas Christian University.
My name is Madison, and I'm going to Texas Christian University.
I'm going to Texas. Hi, I'm Julian. I'm going to Alley Christian. Scratch your cat.
Hi, I'm Jillian. I'm going to Alley Christian. Scratch your cat.
I'm Claire Jensen, and I'm going to BYU.
I'm Claire Jensen, and I'm going to BYU.
I'm Cindy Person, and I'm going to Texas Tech University.
I'm Cindy Person, and I'm going to Texas Tech University.
Hi, my name is Ella Springfield, and I'm going to Louisiana State University. Go Tigers!
Hi, my name's Olivia Springfield, and I'm going to Louisiana State University. Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Oh, fire, bruh. Jason, is this a cop?
That is such a cop, bruh.
Oh my god, Jason, that is the low-key drip. You have to cop that. Bruh, you already know I'm finna cop. It's like 2000s, that's so old.
Multiple girls in the Dominican Republic have been spontaneously growing penises and turning into boys at age 12.
I've actually talked about this because my uncle Frank is a Guevaloche, which is how Dominicans refer to these people. They are people with a specific type of intersex condition where testosterone development kicks into high gear at around age 12, and their female-appearing genitals develop into penises. You might have seen the viral video where I talk about my aunt that was a nun, who got another nun pregnant. That's because he was a Guevaloche. It's a really interesting part of my family history that I cherish, and I love sharing it with y'all. And for whatever reason, this specific intersex condition is really prevalent in only 3 places: Turkey, Papua New Guinea, and Dominican Republic. And there's actually a part of the island specifically where it happens the most. There is a book about Frank and his experiences as a Guevaloche, however, it's really hard to get a hold of. But Stanford has a copy of it. Unfortunately, it's not publicly available. But if any of you Stanford girlies want to get a copy of it, and I don't know, scan it and send it to me, I would love to make it publicly available, because I know a lot of people are interested in his story.
What's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize?
Medical debt. So there you are, no medical insurance, broke as a coke, and your appendix is about to burst, so you go to the ER, and when you come to, like an idiot, you didn't follow my advice and you gave him your social security number, which you don't have to do legally. Now you're on the hook for over $130,000 in, appendicitis operation bills. And obviously you can't afford that because you couldn't even afford health insurance in the first place, but the hospital doesn't care. They're going to sell your debt to a collection agency that's going to be hounding you for the next 5 years. My poor law-abiding friend, what were you thinking, huh? You can't play fair with these bullies. You come to the right place, alright? I'm gonna take care of you. This is what you gotta do. When the debt collector calls you, this is what you gotta say. It's very important, alright? I dispute the validity of this debt. You gotta say the D word, dispute, alright? And that's gonna cause them to halt operations in the debt collecting procedure because they actually have to verify that the debt is indeed legitimate. Some valid reasons you could give, hypothetically, were that you never received the bill, that in fact you never got that appointment, it's wrong, or my favorite, identity theft, right? But obviously never lie, because that would be wrong. And depending on how good and convincing your evidence is, that debt will disappear entirely. And obviously these for-profit hospitals are in dire need of your money, so if you could spare a few change or whatever you can pay back, I think they would most appreciate it. Or you could just stiff them. And do with that information what you will. Happy canning.
Hey, so this is my crib for the night where I'm staying. But you want to see something more magical? First, I've got to change into something more adventurous. Come on, follow me. That's better.
야, 나쁜 새끼야, 너 내리면 뒤로 죽여버린다!
His boots are so fast.
So yeah, this is actually really interesting on multiple levels. In California, you actually have more money left over after taxes are taken out as well. Not only that, but you have more money left over after rent is taken out as well. It's actually safer to live in too. California is doing much better than Texas in firearm-related deaths. Same with deaths caused by DUI. Texas also has a higher suicide rate than California does. And by the way, when it comes to family values, California's infant mortality rate is much lower than Texas's. California's maternal mortality rate is also much lower than Texas. Yet Texas has one of the most strict abortion laws in the country. And then, after you finally do have the baby, California also ranks much better in percentage of food insecure adults. And it ranks much, much better in percentage of food insecure children. Which means in Texas, not only do you pay more in taxes, you also can't afford as much. It's more dangerous to live in Texas, and then it's more dangerous to have a baby in Texas. And then after you do have the baby, it's much more likely that you won't be able to feed the baby or yourself.
I don't need a drink, I need to think. I'm heading to the bathroom so I can hear my thoughts.
Whoa, you can see me? Sorry, I just needed to get away from all of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Back in my last school, I'd climb to the top of the water tower and watch the jocks run around like ants. I'm Axel, but who cares?
Oh yeah, you're the new transfer from the Boondocks. So is Trentforth High all that you dreamed of?
Yeah, depends on your definition of dream.
More like a nightmare.
Haha, you're funny, Mary, for a girl with glasses.
That's not my name, but...
You know, I came here to be alone, but something about you.
Oh, please. I'm just a girl sitting in a bathtub.
Well, rub-a-dub-dub. I gotta warn you, though. My whole thing's smoking cigs and getting lost in my brain.
I've never smoked a cig before. I've never even spoken above a whisper.
Well, you in danger, bathtub girl? I know a water tower we can shout from.
Can I eat this? Is this a food? Let me see it. Yeah, that's a food. You can eat that. What was that? Nothing. Nothing. You can eat it. You just don't sound confident. Yeah, well, it's just I've made some of them. You can eat some of them. Just some of them will cause intergalactic space travel and a 5-hour ego death. But you can eat it. Right, well, how am I supposed to know? Well, I don't know if I want to go to space. I'm just hungry. What do you mean you don't want to go to space? So I've just done all that for nothing. You know how many fucking stars I put up there?
Definitely going to be hot there along the West Coast as temperatures are going to be in the 90s and the triple digits. So let me show you what's going on here as we take you over to Los Angeles. And my goodness, numbers really going to be going up.